Hello, hello, hello! Welcome and well met! I'm Leona Theodosia, and today I am playing Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, the first cases. It's been a while. Been a long while. Let's see. Do I got everything good in the background? I think I do. My throat's still a little rough. It's been very dry. But we will be getting to it. Hopefully... You know, I've never played this before. I'm going in blind, so I don't know how much we have left. I do get the feeling we're near the end, but we may or may not end earlier or not, depending on how much we got in. I will say, like, unless it's like almost immediately, then I don't know what we'll do from there. Maybe it'll become partly a chatting stream. I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we are nearing some kind of point in this. We're at the tail end, that's for sure. So... jump into this. I gotta refresh myself because it has been a while. Sorry to anyone who's been binge watching this, if there's any at all, but I'm like, current recording. I haven't played this in weeks, maybe a month. It's been a while. Point being, I'm also gonna have to figure out how volume is. Okay, I think, I guess they'll probably actually know. So yeah, we have Angeline van den Bosch. Now we have Archibald Sterling, Cassandra van den Bosch, Elizabeth Pageant, she's one of the servants, Ernesto de Silva, the businessman, Major Felix Hagen, he is the deceased now, and we're kind of figuring out how. Whom's made him among the deceased? That is our morbid work. Florette Duval, yeah, another servant. Gideon Demir, he is the fiance to Angeline. Yeah, Hugo, he's a union leader, got a bit of a temper. Inge Frank, oh yeah, she's in the kitchen, another servant. Jackie Conrad, a journalist who has the tea on people, the dish. Margot de Vos, I believe that's how it's pronounced. She is for helping women. She's a comtesse, so high in the social ranking. Friends with Cassandra van den Bosch. Let's see, Ranahana Piet? Is that Piet? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm not too sure. Also, somebody, we've talked to her in the kitchen as well, and then Zachariah Demir, brother of Gideon Demeter. Got so many things. Okay, what do we have? Investigate blackmail. Yeah, we haven't got anything new in that. Okay, we gotta talk to Angeline and Gideon again. Investigate the Major's involvement with the blackmail. Okay. Investigate the murder. We haven't got there yet. But okay, okay, yeah. Remembering the people. We need to talk to people, I believe. Is this new? Did we get a new thing? Okay, no, this is pretty new. I think we're just talking to people again. Angeline did care about the Major. Yeah, Angeline's attached to the Major. Again, the Mr. Deceased man, even though he's rather unpleasant. Zachariah may have shell shock. Which I think that might be... That's an old-timey language for PTSD, I think. Don't hold me to that. I think, let's see... Conflict of opinion. Cassandra believes the Major was the blackmailer. Angeline disputes the Major being the blackmailer. So her mom thinks he's the one blackmailing. Had the temper. Cassandra suspects Hugo. The Major didn't have much to his name. He was Paul. Cassandra doesn't like the Major because he's Paul. Okay. I think I caught it. Ooh. For a bit there, it was just the secret. I'm like, oh. Alright, we gotta go find Angeline. Oh, everybody moved around again. Oh wait, we need to talk to Gideon. Yeah, we need to talk to Gideon too. Gideon!
If it will help you find the Major's killer, of course.
I'm in the way of people. You know what? I'm gonna be in the way of Poirot because he's the pro tag. He's got his face plastered everywhere. Okay. Your brother was seeing a doctor.
When he returned from the war, he was a different man. Everything became about what he had seen.
Okay, I need to turn it up. I need to turn it up. Wasn't sure how loud this or not this is going to be, and it's really hard to test it sometimes with these games. Okay. I'll see how the volume does there.
I cannot speak from experience, but I can only imagine the horrors he must have witnessed.
I think it might be here. This might be. Ooh, maybe I should like this. There we go. Not blocking too much like this. Yeah, okay, let's see. I cannot speak from experience, but I can only imagine the horrors he must have witnessed.
The first weeks he would wake in the night, screaming. I found him one night, cowering behind the desk in the study. When I tried to help him out from beneath it, well, it was the first time I had ever feared for my life.
Yeah, man has PTSD. Yeah, don't... Not that you would know at this time, because psychology was... I have words for this time and period of psychology, but I will pass on that soapbox. It wasn't the best, but yeah, don't... If somebody's having a panic attack, don't try to touch them. Try to get, like, their attention first by talking to them, and then they had, like, ask for permission to touch them. At least that's what I've always been told. I haven't personally had to be there for somebody having at least that big of a freak out. Yeah, usually not a good idea to try to just like even like put your hand on their shoulder, let alone trying to drag them out from their hiding spot. Not a good idea. Don't do that. It's usually kind of best to like sit nearby and like talk to them, I think. Like give them space. And just talk to them. Anyway. I don't know if that's gonna be important, but I will... I'll go on my soapbox for that. Anyway.
That is not why you two are no longer close.
Yeah, so he attacked you because you dragged him out, which makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
And not at all, Detective. We were always very different in nature. While I had always wanted to follow an academic path, Zachariah was more of a free spirit. Or at least as free as our father and the laws would allow.
Hmm.
And yet, he ended up in the military. Quite the contrast.
Yeah, why did he end up in the military? Clearly, it didn't do any of the poor man any good.
Our father demanded that he at least try to do something with his life. And when some of his friends joined the army, he signed up with them.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
It wasn't long before he moved out from the family home after his return from the army. I always assumed that he had put the war and everything that came with it behind him and was moving on. Now I see that is far from the truth.
Okay. Apparently that's all that we had to ask. And now I need to find Angelique. Shoot. Oh, wait, there she is. Like, is she upstairs? No, she's up here. Hi.
Is there something I can help you with, detective?
Yeah. Your maman did not describe her friendship with Major in such a positive light.
You have got the wrong end of the stick, detective. Maman has snapped at him recently, but it was nothing more than that.
You still don't like him.
It was something to do with the letter. I heard them in the library before Maman shouted and he stormed out of the room past me.
Could it have been the blackmail letter that instigated their argument?
Why would Maman be upset with him over the letter?
Madame is of a very different opinion from yourself regarding his connection with the letters. She believes him to be the author.
That is what she told you? She has always been one to make a quick, if not rash decision, but she cannot truly believe that.
Oh my gosh. Cassandra being told that she makes quick and rash decisions is just an absolute delight. I don't like her. Yeah, none of the reasons why is exactly that. Now that's been pointed out to me. I'm like, I understand there are situations where you need to think on your feet. You need to make some quick decisions. But if you do that all the time when you don't need to, it's like, and you wonder why some things don't turn out as well as you need them to. Don't be a Cassandra. Try not to be, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Was the Major aware you had paid the first blackmail letter?
I don't recall telling him directly. I did not want Maman to find out it had been paid. If he knew, surely she would.
Madame believes he may have been behind all the letters, and taking your payment of the first, then used it to pay the second and be the hero in you and your mother's eyes.
Ah, right. That was mentioned before last stream. I remember this now. So he didn't have to spend any money, but he could look like the hero. Well, functionally.
I never knew Maman had such an imagination. Where would she get a story like that from?
I don't think it's that uncommon. I've heard of this situation before. Not the most common, but it's not like unheard of. Like, it's kind of like, you know, also making like a problem, then solving the problem you made and be like, look at the hero I am. I solved the problem. And like, people don't either realize or think about how they were the one who made the problem to begin with. That's annoying. It's kind of like one of those situations, I guess. I don't know what you would call that. Like this and what I just mentioned. Okay.
That is a question I was hoping you may be able to answer.
Oh.
You have met him? Do you really think he's capable of such a devious plan?
Yes. I don't like him, Angeline. He is a jerk. He's a jerk. And he's rude every single time. Yeah, I believe he could do something. I'm not the person you want to ask for this question, Missy.
It is a plan only the most crooked and underhanded could create. Is that the Major? I am not so sure.
Eh. I mean, he's rude, son of a gun. But yeah, I mean, point taken. Would he do this something so crooked and underhanded as Poirot just put it? Mayhap. People who lose their station and wealth do tend to do desperate things, so mayhap. I wouldn't put it off the list, Poirot. I guess I wouldn't let it blind me either. We gotta figure out the truth. The more I think on Madame's story, the more ridiculous and obscure it sounds. But that does not mean it can be ruled out.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I mean, if you're having trouble solving something, it might mean the answer is coming from a very odd, like, left field. Okay, what do we have to do? What updates did we get? Might be able to wait. It said, oh, we got one. I think I need to move chat over. I couldn't remember what side I kept chat on, but I think I have to put it over here because otherwise it blocks. Yeah, how many links I can use, which is kind of important. God, I need to know that. So I can link some. What did I get though? Did I get any new points? I got one. I have one. Couple of things I could attach, but what did I get? I don't see anything with an exclamation mark by it. Where? Maybe for Gideon? Yeah, I don't see anything. Or maybe I can only attach it now? Because I have more information. Let's see. Cassandra wasn't happy with the Major. Angeline questions Cassandra's reasoning for the Major's blackmail. Let's see. I don't think these two will connect, but I'm just gonna test it just to make sure I can rule it out. Okay.
That is the way to solve the problem.
Yeah. No, that wasn't it. I'm not surprised by it. So Gideon paid the first blackmail letter off. Major's blackmail letter. What is this? Which one did I use? Oh, nope, I just push A. Okay. Yeah, it's the same. Money in place. Ransom value. The writer was demanding 5,000 francs, which he received. Whether he received it or was yet to send it is still unknown. Major's blackmail letter. Isn't it the same as the first blackmail letter? Yeah, except it's addressed directly to Vandenbush. Don't we have, like, handwriting analysis at this time? Why aren't we using that? That's that kind of game, I guess. It's a logic puzzle solving game, not put the not an evidence solving. Let's see. Yeah, 500. 5,000, sorry. Very similar. The Major had a blackmail letter. And I can't connect this to things, because that doesn't work that way. It has to be little blurbles. The Major had the temper, Cassandra suspected Hugo. Right! There's the question marks at the end. The relationship has taken an enormous turn and whatever has caused this. Maybe the Major having a temper? I mean...
I cannot see
no, okay. It's not that one. Okay, what else has a question after it? Yeah, let's see. Opposing opinions of the Major's involvement in the blackmail is interesting. Does Cassandra know something she does not? Does she not know that he has a temper? Let's see. Hannah took ice to the Major on her own accord. Right, because he got the black eye. And so the Major didn't thank him. I think he was probably already dead by then. If you had to ask me. Brothers move the body. Oh, right. Maybe I should investigate more. Oh yeah, and the body was also expected by Margot, which Poirot got very upset over, if I recall correctly. Gideon claims Archibald has access to the safe. Well, he is the head butler. That's not the most surprising thing. Zachariah shall... Yeah, we know. Zachariah was shocked by the Major's corpse. I like how he goes from Zachariah may have shell shock to like, oh yeah, he absolutely does. Maybe it's just these two?
Is there
No,
something
okay.
I am not seeing?
Yeah, there is something I'm not seeing, Poirot. I'm not as smart as you. Oh. Gideon paid it off. Cassandra wasn't happy with the Major. Oh, it's these two? Why? Maybe it was a ploy? Okay, whatever.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
The game took pity on me. That's okay. I needed the pity. I wonder if the blackmail had greater effect on their relationship than expected. Okay, and we can talk to Angeline again about this. Okay. Did she move? Oh, okay, no, she was just slightly off screen.
Is there something I can help you with, Detective?
That's what I'm wondering about my cat, who's just been staring at me for the last, like, 2 minutes. Okay, bye. Why do cats do this? It's like, stare at you. I'm like, hello, I acknowledge you. And they're like, run away! Okay. I'm going back to solving my mystery now. Because I don't think I'm gonna solve the mystery of my cat. Alright. Was the arrival of the blackmail letter what caused the tension in Madame and the Major's relationship?
I'm afraid it had been that way for some time. Maman is not forthcoming with her emotions, as I'm sure you are aware. But I could tell she had not been happy with their arrangement for the last few months.
What gave you that impression?
I mean, it's pointing to some signs that the Major here, Felix, Hagen, is under some amount of duress. So he could feels like he's pushed into a corner, was pushed to do something, which may be the blackmail. I mean, right now, my guess is he might have actually been the blackmailer. I've had more things point to it than not. I won't rule it out that he may not be, because no one liked this man. He could be easily framed. But anyway.
There was not one particular thing that she expressed. It was just the way she spoke to him and of him when he wasn't present.
Good indication.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I believe I've gathered everything that is required. Monsieur Sterling will be able to assist me in gaining access to the Major's study. Okay, so we're going back there. Do we... Oop, I pushed the wrong one. I need to push Y. Does it talk to Archibald? Yeah, it is. I'm still blocking it, but I can see enough of it. Let's talk to Archibald. I don't know why we need to go to
whatever you need, detective.
So far, I have liked Archibald. I was suspicious of him at first, because I always suspect the butler, but then so far...
Certainly, detective.
Like, honestly, there is no, like, firm suspect in my eyes. And again, it probably doesn't help that I don't play this game consistently. Who's the suspect who nicks the Major? But it's possible it might have been Zachariah during, like, he had a freak out and lashed out violently. Could be that. That's a possibility. Not saying that's what happened, but it's a possibility. Could look into that. Let's see. This room is still a crime scene, and should have remained untouched, but it looks as though it has been ransacked. I requested Monsieur Sterling to have the body wrapped and moved, which has been done, thankfully. What else has gone on in here? Is the window closed? Okay, they actually closed the window. Is it still snowing? Like Yukiona's having a bad hair day out there. Okay, can't investigate that. Can I investigate anything I've looked at before? What can I can and cannot look at? Yeah, it's not gonna let me leave. Photograph, what is this?
Huh.
I must admit, side by side, there's a striking resemblance between... I think that's French, and I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Mirat Fele? Phil? I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. Perhaps such flattery is the way to win over Madame Van den Bosch. Is he meaning that Cassandra and Angeline, when you compare their appearance when they're about the same age, they look the same? That might be what he's saying. I don't know what the French word is, though. I'm sorry. I think it's French. It might not be. I could be totally wrong, but he has been saying French. I know that. Oh. It's torn. Oh. There's legs. How strange. The Viscount was also present in the picture, but has been folded out. I do not think there was any hostility between the Major and the late Viscount. Huh. Interesting. I don't know what it means, but it is interesting. Sealed letter. How strange. I could not access this yesterday, but now it has been left wide open. Scratches are obvious around the lock. Somebody in this house was eager to see the safe's contents. A half-sealed letter addressed to Madame Van den Bosch from the Major. I'm not one to read others' private mail, but under the circumstances... My dearest Cassandra, it feels as though it has been an age since I have been able to set my eyes upon you. A day I have waited for so impatiently. I keep the photograph of us together at the lake close to my heart. Always. I cannot wait to see how young Angeline has grown. Her beauty will surely soon reach that of her mother's. I hope the gifts from the Orient reach you fine. They are really something to behold. The work that has kept me away for so long is drawing to a close, and I will be returning to the continent within the month. At your request, I have found accommodation in the city. It pains me to think of being so close, yet unable to be with you every moment, but if it eases your worry, I shall not continue to question it. I will arrange for a visit to the house. An old friend returning will surely raise minimal suspicions. I understand that the Viscount is also currently out of country. I hope you have not felt the strain of loneliness take over, and it will not be long until we are reunited. Until that day, till the end of mine, my heart is yours. Major Felix Hagen. It seems there was a great deal of Madame Vandenbosch and the Major's relationship that she has withheld. It is clear from this letter that their affection for one another has been more than that of friendship for some time. The mention of young Angeline suggests it may go back as far as 20 years. Dang. Can I look at the punch in the wall, apparently? That's what the discolored on the wall is. Oh, I can look at... Oh, okay. I can look at more than one. It's empty envelopes.
Oh.
Addressed to the Major with no return address. Has he been getting threats more consistently? Someone was obviously looking for something in particular in the Major's documents. These accounts have been thoroughly rifled through. The Major has recently taken out a large loan, and the interest rate is astronomical. Huh. He too lives under debt. I can't feel bad about the guy. What do we... Is that it? Oh, wait. I thought I saw something pop up. Am I imagining things? Just make Poirot go in circles. No, I'm imagining things, I think. Let me check the chair. Nothing around the chair. Alright. It's time for thinking. I don't want to step on that. Do I actually have to investigate that? No, I don't. Okay, good. What do we have? Can't connect anything there, but we got new things. Okay, we could connect... Ooh, 2 things here. Okay, the new stuff we have... Okay, it's... This, and... Okay, up there. Alright, let's check this out first. Empty envelopes. Addressed to the Major with no return address. Torn. This room has been left in quite the state with multiple envelopes ripped apart and discarded. Addressed to the Major. Cassandra suspects Hugo. The Major had a temper. That's what's nearby. Does this have questions, though? Let's see. Elizabeth informed Cassandra of an argument between Hugo and the Major. Could this have been the instigator to the tussle that resulted in his death? Right, because it does look like there's been a tussle. And then he got stabbed. Torn. I'm not sure if that would actually connect. Yeah, the Major didn't have much to his name. Alright, let's go look elsewhere first. Loan letter. The Major took out a sizable loan. I certainly want to owe the bank that amount of money. Yeah. Large sum. The loan is for the amount of 6,000 francs. It's a great deal one could buy with such money. I wonder why he borrowed such a large amount. Angelique questions Cassandra's reasoning for black. Maybe it's this? Does Cassandra know something she does not? A large sum of money?
This will not get
Okay,
me
nope, that's not helpful. Cassandra and the Major's relationship issues. Drama! Okay. High insurance rate. High insurance on a very large sum of money. Oof. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. The Major must have spent... Oh, it's unsent. Oh, that letter was unsent. This is the one Yeah, I've addressed to Madame Van den Bosch from the Major, though private, it may hold something useful. Yeah, this is the 4-bit one. He never sent that? Unsent. The Major must have spent some time putting his feelings and plans down onto paper, but why would he not send it? Right, because he still has it! Unless he got the letter back. Major confession for his love for Cassandra. There's no other way that this could be understood. The Major had strong feelings for Cassandra. Yep. A handsome photograph of the Van den Bosch ladies. You can see a resemblance between Angeline and her mother. Why would the Major keep this hidden? It seems rather menacing that the Viscount has been ripped out in such a manner. Oh, I can talk to Archibald? Oh, I apparently need to talk to Archibald. Can I even leave the room? Oh wait, that might have been before. No, it's been checked off. Okay, never mind. That was for before. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Let's see. What can I connect? I have... Cassandra and the Major's relationship issues. Maybe that's why they're mad at each other?
I must take a different approach if I am to...
Yeah, Cassandra and the Major's relationship issues. That is... Maybe had something to do with that. It's something with the Viscount. Oh wait, this is the one that's been torn. Yeah, he hid... Okay, so... Angeline Cassandra, he hid the photograph of the two ladies. Why would he keep that hidden? Do we have the answer for that? Well, it's not that. I already checked. Yeah, I already checked that. Okay, so what is a large sum of money? I wonder why he would borrow such a large amount. Ransom value. Oh, maybe it was just a blackmail.
The pieces
Yeah!
of the puzzle are finally coming together.
The Major paid the letter that was addressed to him. He must have been worried enough that something would be released to the public, but what? The unsent letter. Yeah, but why would he not send it? It was he didn't want to send it because it was like blackmail worthy? Nope, that's not it. Okay. Unsent. I haven't connected these. Well, why would he not send it? Why would the Major keep it? He has these two things hidden. Do I want to connect these two? Because he's hiding things about the Van den Bosch ladies. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay. It was a thought. Not a correct thought, but it was a thought. There's no other way it could be understood the Major's strong feelings for Cassandra. I don't know why he would keep it hidden. Wait, maybe that's why he would keep it hidden? He had strong feelings and he didn't want other people to know?
I must take a different approach if I am to...
Not that line of logic. Oh. The game's taking pity on me. What is that connecting to? Let's go. Oh, over there! Angeline attached to the Major. Oh, it's more of the Angeline in the Major? What can I be surprised with Angeline and Felix's... I said Phoenix. I'm not playing Ace Attorney currently. There is no Phoenix. Oh, it's this. How would that relate? Okay, whatever.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
The hidden photos of them, along with Angeline's attachment to improve, cares deeply for them. The Major cared about Cassandra and Angeline. The hidden photos of them, along with Angeline's attachment to improve, cared deeply for her. Oh, wait, that's not a question. I can attach something else, though. What is a question around here? You must have been worried about enough something we released. What? Is Angeline his daughter? Is that the secret? Is it not the Viscount? But is that what we're gonna discover? I feel like But he still had relationship issues. It sounds as though the relationship has been declining for some time, with the major do something drastic to salvage it. No, he cares about them too much.
Yes, I would say a moment of genius.
I believe the major would do everything to remain in the comfortable life he's accustomed to. But would he stoop so low as to fake a blackmail letter? Given what I'm thinking of now, no. I believe the major would do everything to remain comfortable life. No. He did confess his love, but I don't know if that's going to connect. I'm still being able to connect things. He pulled out the loan? So no.
Money.
Yeah. The evidence shows the major was not the author of the blackmail letter. The major was a victim, just like Mademoiselle Angeline. Whoever it is that is penning these letters knows a great deal about many people. I wonder how many more have received similar letters. Oh. I completed it! This is... Okay, they're just saying the major is not... Yeah, I didn't think it too likely it wasn't off the table, because it's not completely off his personality, but... Okay, we don't have anything else to connect? Okay. What do we get here? What got added here? I don't want to go over it, so it still has the mark. Oh, over there. The safe is open. Okay. What is that? Major confession for love to Cassandra is part of the blackmail. Let's see. Investigation for murder. What got added on this side? Defensive strike. As the motives. Margot's motive for protection. Gideon's motive. Retribution. Zechariah's conflicting attitude. Jackie seems suspicious. Hugo lied about his temper. Ernesto's... Oh yeah, Hugo is the man in the hat. He looks like Van Gogh. Or like, is it like Gogh? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced so many ways at this point. I'm like, what is the correct way? It's like, it doesn't help that people have accents too. So it's like, yeah, this is how to correctly say his name if you have this accent, because accent's gonna interfere. And I'm like, what is the correct way? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I've also had people go, no, this is the correct way. No, this is the correct way. Oh, we've had new information. This is the correct way. I'm like, what do you mean? Trying to pronounce Van Gogh is a nightmare. I guess as long as people understand what you're meaning. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to... Yeah. The uncertain connection between the Major and the ransom has been resolved. The Major was being blackmailed. The letters were not written by his hand. What remains unresolved is why the Major was being blackmailed. Two cases of exploitation under one roof. The question of their relationship must be asked. The Major's secret is anything but obvious from his letter. I now have a blackmailer, a murderer, and their weapon to find. If the correct process is followed, they shall all be found swiftly. I should take my leave. This room has already revealed enough new insights into Madame's and the Major's lives. Okay, where are we going now? Loading. We're going to a load screen. Okay.
Detective Poirot, I have been asked to inform you that Lady Van den Bosch has returned to her room, and she wishes not to be disturbed.
Is that Cassandra? Is Lady... Well, maybe Lady's Angeline. I need to get some water. I'll put my teacup. You? I like my floating teacup. Okay. Been so dry lately. Should probably get a hot beverage. Tea, probably. Probably good for a cold day, cold dry day. Anyway, right.
Merci. Madame certainly has mastered the art of subtlety.
It's Cassandra. Okay, Cassandra is retired to her room on the 3rd floor, which we have been unable to access as of yet, at the very least.
They may not be the exact words she used, but I'm sure you can imagine. Excuse me, I have some further duties to attend to in the pantry.
Will not keep you Archibald. Okay. Third time's the charm. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to search the top floor now that there's no one to disturb me. There's one room that holds particular interest. I should inspect the storage room while I have this rare opportunity. Oh, yeah. Unsupervised detective! Snoop through all the things. Is there anything out here I can look at? What is this? Well, that's the storage room. That's where I want to go. Let me check the hallway first. I don't think we've been up here before. Maybe? Oh, there's a telescope. Why is there a telescope?
Huh.
That was rather loud. Gazing at the stars is truly one of life's simple pleasures. Yes! I wish there wasn't so much sky shining around where I live. You used to see a little bit of the Milky Way, but that's not been the case for a long while at this point. Collection of books. I could spend every waking moment reading about the adventures of the characters within these books. Adventure books? Can I read? I'll read with you. Read party. Painting. A painting of a majestic mountain, the tip of which pierces the clouds above. The attention to detail is fantastic. Actually, maybe pixelated it may be. That actually does look like a nice painting. Not gonna lie. Ooh, this one's of a forest. I would like this one. A painting of an atmospheric forest scene. The soldiers captures the ambience of the forest perfectly. Green! Greenery. This has become just appreciating the art. Ooh. A painting of a boat sailing across a vast ocean. The artist is clearly very talented. This reminds me of an actual painting in real life. I, of course, can't remember the name of it or anything, but there's, I think it was a ship in a port somewhere. I would have to look into it. I would have to do some searching to find it. Anyway, moving on. Is that a mountain? There are a number of spectacular pieces in Madame Vandenbusch's eclectic art collection. Oh, we got an achievement for looking at all the art! Yay, I accomplished something. What's here? That's Cassandra's room. Definitely don't want to go in there. I don't want to get yelled at by Cassandra, thank you. Wait. Was there no other doors on this side? Hold on. Is it Angeline's room up here? Angeline and Gideon's bedroom. Oh, they share a room. Okay. I mean, I know they're fiancés, but would they really be sharing a room in this time period? All right, let's continue on. Wait, nope. Down here. Storage room is down here. I think. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Go in here. We're not gonna like get beamed over the head or something. Ooh. Okay. That's for the door. That's nothing big. Children's toys. A collection of children's toys. Such a shame to see them stored away and not being enjoyed. Considering they have been kept in a storage room, they are all in almost perfect condition. My immediate assumption would be they belong to Mademoiselle Angeline. She's a little too old for toys. Book. A lonely storybook rests here. It has obviously been read a great number of times, judging by the condition of the spine and pages. I am perhaps not the target demographic, but I understand it to be quite popular among the younger audience. To the real lady of the house, happy birthday. Watching you grow into a proper young lady has been more than words can describe. All my love, Felix. Oh, Angeline read this. It's a book from Felix to Angeline. He seems like he was really nice to Angeline. He has problems like literally every other character. But Angeline? He was really kind to her. I would not have expected to find such a heartfelt message written by Monsieur Hagen. And to Mademoiselle Angeline. Is this the usual inscription you would find from a family friend? Oh gosh. We got a new mind map. I cannot seem to get a straight answer from anyone regarding the Major. I know he has been friends with Madame Vandenbusch for some years, but I must find out if it was anything more. Oh gosh. it's a lot. I want to finish looking at the room, though. Is there anything else before I start connecting things? Grandfather clock!
Oh.
The time and skill it takes to build such a wonderful piece. It is an art form. Agreed! Is that it? I think it is. It is actually... It is a very nice grandfather clock, though. Okay, my map. It was, yeah, this one. Investigate the Major's relationship with the family. I have one connection to be made at this moment. Okay, let's look at what we have first, though. Storybook. Gift from the Major. Yeah, they doesn't have a question. Which ones are these? Children's toys. Yeah, antiques, well kept. Great care has been taken with these toys. I wonder how much Blaine was actually had with them. The Major cared about Cassandra and Angeline. Major is innocent. And as far as the blackmail, which is nice to know, I guess. I say I guess, but it was actually is nice. It's just nice to know. High interest. Oh, okay, so that's his loan. Empty envelopes. The Major obviously received some correspondence. Was it of the same nature? We only have the envelopes. Left in quite a disarray. The Major confessed his love, but he never sent this letter. The Viscount image is torn out, but Angelina Cassandra's image remains. Yeah, does that have a question on it? Why the Major keep this hidden? Trying to figure that out. So we have the Major. Why would the Major keep the photo hidden? Is one question. Okay. Why he did not send his confession letter. So why did he hide the letter? Why did he not send letter? He had correspondence. Was it of the same nature? Same nature to what? The blackmail? Dog. Let's see. I wonder why he borrowed such a large amount. I don't know. Okay, what about here? Major resided with the family for a long time. Although his relationship with family seemed questionable at times, his residency at the house has remained permanent. So he's always able to go back to the house. Angelina touched the Major. One can't be surprised with Angelina Felix's bond. He's been a figure in her life for so long. They have conflicting opinions. We didn't do the blackmail. I'm not sure which one of these. Okay. Do we have any on this side that are questions to be linked? It doesn't look it. Yeah, no, not this. Right around the Major here. Yeah. Okay, so it's only on the left side do we have questions that can be linked to something. I think it's about 3 or 4. What was it? Let's see. Right. What? The high interest rate. Large sum. Why would he have a large sum? Major's obviously received some correspondence of the same nature. I have no clue about that. I would only have guesses. Why would he not send the letter? What, do we have anything as to why he wouldn't send the letter? I think this is our leftmost question. Nope, this one is. Why would the Major keep the picture hidden? So we got, yeah, Angelina Cassandra, the unsent. Let's see, it was, yeah, it's 3, and then it's these 2. So we got 5 potential things we could have linked to something else to figure it out. Oh boy. Okay, let's start. The interest rate on the loan was astonishing. When the Major such financial state he would be, he would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offered such a high rate and accept it. He would be offer Well, he did borrow a large sum, and that has the high interest rate. We don't have anything as of yet. Unless it's just he's been with the family.
Another
Oh.
success.
The answer
never
was
doubted
yes!
myself.
He's always been living with them, so... It seems the Major has lived rather comfortably in the Vanden Bosch house for many years. Oh, I can talk to Angeline about this. Yeah, the Major depends on Cassandra's accommodations. So he's able to live the life he does because he doesn't have to worry about having a roof over his head because Cassandra lets him. And now we can talk to Angeline, who I'm guessing is still down below, which I just realized I think Cassandra's room is unlocked. Can we actually talk to her? She'll probably just yell at us and tell us to get out. I'm gonna just check, but I don't think I want to go in. I don't want to deal with Cassandra, but yeah, you can see that it has the no entry for that. But did that have that for Cassandra's room? Yeah, we could go in here. I don't want to yet, until I have to. I don't like talking to Cassandra. I mean, you have to. Oh, I also trying to speak with Mademoiselle Angeline again. She should be able to give us the valuable pieces of this puzzle. Oh, she's right here. Okay, she moved here. Hello.
Detective Poirot, are you any closer to uncovering the truth of Felix's involvement with the letters?
He didn't send them.
I am, mademoiselle. I can confirm that he was not the author of the blackmail letters.
That must be a relief to Angeline.
So the author is still out there.
Unfortunately, that is also true.
Oui, but it will not be long before they are apprehended, and the only letters they shall be penning will be from behind iron bars.
Your confidence is rather assuring. Thank you, Detective.
Oh, I have so many questions. Is that 4? That's a lot. Okay. Your comment about the current guest stayed with me last night.
I'm sorry, Detective. I did not intend to leave your mind so full of thoughts.
No apology is required. It actually made me question my whole chain of thinking. What if there had been a collusion between them, and the Major's murder was planned, organized, and orchestrated to make the investigation seem almost impossible?
Oh my, Detective, that is quite a theory.
It is true. It could have been a lot of multiple. A bunch of people working together to off a guy nobody liked.
Every guest has a motive. You confirmed that with the mention of Mademoiselle Conrad and the Major's fight. Supplying one another with a rock-solid alibi would surely throw off any detective.
But not you.
Correct, mademoiselle. It would take much more to stamp Detective Poirot.
Or else he would not be the main character. Okay, next question. While searching the storage room, I found a book that I assume was a gift from the Major to you.
I haven't seen that book in so long. Yes, it was a gift for my 10th birthday. I have read it from cover to cover countless times. He left such a lovely inscription too.
It sounds as though there is a side to the Major I did not get to see. Was it common for him to bring you gifts?
Not common, but if he had been away for some time, he would bring me a small memento from his travels. He hasn't done that in some time, though.
He is tight with monies, I guess. But those that were with the book, were they also gifts from the Major?
They were. I'm afraid they may have gathered some dust being in the storage room for so long. I kept them in hope of giving them to my child when the time comes.
Cute.
It sounds as though he had always cared about you.
His presence at the house was comforting for us both after Father died, even if sometimes he was a little too overprotective.
You spoke last night of the Major's support of your Madame.
That's right.
Mama.
Ever since I can remember, Felix has been around.
It seems as though she has a number of support networks. The Major, her friendship with the Countess, not forgetting Monsieur da Silva.
Maman has many friends. I know how she may seem to most, but once you break the hard shell...
There is a further shell waiting to be broken.
Oh, very good, detective.
Forgive me, mademoiselle. I only jest.
It's quite alright. You're not the only one that feels a razor tongue. She's grateful you are here, especially now, whether she shows it or not.
Well, glad to know she's happy we're here, I guess. I am still yet to see this version of Madame that Mademoiselle Angeline speaks of. I'm not sure I will get my hopes up for a budding friendship. Speaking with the Comtesse yesterday, she did not have the greatest opinion of the Major.
They have often come to blows when it concerns Maman. They are both trying to protect her, but they themselves cannot seem to get along.
Wait, was that the Silva? Okay, I missed something. Oops.
She spoke of his desire to join the, how do you describe it? Social elite.
This isn't the first time she has vocalized that concern. She thinks the Major was just using our family name to make his way to the top.
Was somebody telling her that? And she was just starting to believe it as years go on? Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
And you do not agree?
I will not deny he has shown interest in Maman's social circles, but they have been friends since even before I was born. Surely all those years of friendship was not just to raise his social standing.
Mademoiselle Angeline obviously does not believe what the Comtesse had to say about the Major. Perhaps it is jealousy that drives her scandalous theory. Okay, so he's talking... I missed that. Oops. Okay, so he was talking about the Comtesse. That's Margot. So, yeah, Margot does not like the Major, and she's worried he is functionally a gold digger. Climbing the social ladder. Well, not gold digger, I guess. That's just the money. Social ladder is similar vein. Similar outcome at times, too, I guess, but... yeah, anyway. Okay. If I may be so bold, does the Major contribute to the house?
How do you mean, detective?
I imagine a house of this size is rather costly, keeping it in the immaculate condition it is in.
Oh, they sure are.
Maman looks after the financial side of the house, but I think she has had to ask him more than once for a contribution of sorts. It is not for me to get involved.
Aren't you gonna be the lady, like, you're gonna inherit this name. You're the only child of this family. For this particular branch, at least.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I have everything that is needed to push Madame Van den Bosch on her secret. Do we? Oops, wrong menu. Eat. Do we have... Can't connect anymore. Previous birthday gift, yeah, is the book. Madame has kept the Major around. Yeah, let's see. Angeline states the Major has been around for a while now, close to Cassandra and herself. The Major hasn't helped the house financially. If I have been lucky enough to live here, I'll at least offer some form of financial help. Previous birthday gift. I was certainly not as lucky when I was a child. Seems like the Major was very generous to Angeline. So he would get her gifts, but he hasn't been able to do so recently. He's been taking out loans or something all the time. 10th birthday gift. Gift to Angeline for her 10th birthday. Fitting gift for a young lady. I guess I have to go talk to Cassandra. Because otherwise it's... Oop, wrong thing. No. Well, it's the only place I can go that's new, so... Let's go talk to Cassandra! Because I don't like talking to Cassandra. She's so rude. We can go in her room, at least. Hello? Knock, knock. Am I gonna get yelled at immediately? No, I'm not. Yep, I'm not. Okay, I'll talk to you first. Hello. Oh wait, maybe I don't. I'm gonna investigate your room. Madame Vandenbosch's collection of art extends further than just paintings. Fireplace. A roaring fire. I could stand and gaze into the flames for hours. He said that every time he looks at it. I'm gonna investigate the room in case she kicks me out after I talk to her. Drawer.
Oh.
There's not seem to be anything of interest in here. There is another little statue. Window. Falling snow has laid a beautiful white blanket over the countryside that surrounds the house. So it's not a blizzard anymore out there. Perfume bottles. These perfume bottles look rather expensive. It'd be wise to be very careful with them. Don't break the perfume. Is that it? Start talking to Cassandra. Yep, okay. Let's go talk to Cassandra. Hi there, lady.
Detective Poirot, what do you think you are doing in here?
You left the door unlocked. We need to talk to you.
I have something I wish to discuss with you.
Well, I hope it is important enough to justify barging into one's bedroom.
I heard knocking sound effect. He knocked. He did not barge. I think she's very loud too.
I assure you it is.
Okay, maybe here.
Good, because this has gone on far too long. We are snowed in this house while a murderer runs amok.
I can understand your frustrations, but it is not as simple as...
You were once an incompetent officer, and now it seems you are just as incompetent as a detective.
If I was not being lied to and misled at every turn, perhaps the murderer would already be in custody.
I hope you are not suggesting I had something to do with Felix's murder.
You didn't help him solve it. You were so secretive. You very, very rarely told us anything useful during this investigation. I remember that much, at least.
I am suggesting that if I had the support that everyone claims they are offering, we would be in a very different situation.
Tell her off.
If you have something you want to ask, I suggest you ask me now.
Not aware the Major had been so close to your daughter.
We met before Angeline was born, so he was often at the house when she was growing up.
And where was it you two met?
I was attending an event. Felix was also in attendance as a serving officer. A conversation was struck.
So, it was not through the Viscount that you two met?
I did not require my husband to start conversations on my behalf.
This is true.
It was you that instigated it then.
My, detective. That active imagination of yours has taken you on quite some journey.
Madame is attempting to deflect from a subject she obviously does not feel comfortable discussing. The late Viscount and the Major were surely friends then.
Edwin spent much of his time away on business before Angeline was born. Felix was a welcome distraction from the loneliness of the house.
You were alone in the house.
The staff continued their duties, of course, but trying to get any sort of sophisticated or cultured conversation from them was like drawing blood from a stone.
Well, it's not like you people teach them anything.
And when Angeline was born?
Edwin remained at home. It was his duty as a father.
And the Major?
He had his own business and life to tend to, but we remained in touch via letter. Around the time of Edwin's passing, Felix had relocated to the area.
Madame is incredibly coy and brief with her information she offers. But with the Viscount's death coinciding with the Major's return, surely a mere coincidence is too far-fetched. Okay. I would like to ask you about a letter found in the Major's study.
I'm sure he has hundreds of letters in there. Most of them could and should have been thrown away a long time ago. You are going to have to be more specific.
Her voice actress is still amazing.
I refer to the letter addressed to you, the one of a romantic nature.
Romantic nature? please, Detective. Felix did not have a romantic bone in his body.
Harsh. Ouch. I mean, come on, he was kind of a jerk, but even jerks can be a little romantic.
He made his intentions quite clear in the letter. I must admit, I myself was surprised.
I wasn't.
You really do have quite the active imagination, Detective. If that is how you wish to interpret it, so be it. But I can assure you, the Major did not think of me that way, and certainly did not include it in a letter.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
Can we have... Oop. Wrong menu again. Can we make connections now? Yes! Can we make 2? Okay, what have we got? Is it only around Cassandra here? Yes. Okay. Major returned after the Viscount's death. The Major went above and beyond the call of a friend to return and comfort Cassandra. Why would he do this? Well, he confessed his love.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Oh, hello, Margaret.
Second look at the evidence in front of me.
Oh, shoot. Do I have 2 things? Oh, well, okay, what is... Oh. Wait, can I put this on? Okay, no. Sorry, I didn't realize I had 2 things on at once. Oh, gosh. Well, that's a little annoying. Sorry. That should be fixed now. I forgot to check. Apologies. Okay, no, it's not that. Turn off Viscount's death. Why would he do this? Because he liked her! Why do we need more reason than that? Okay. Or... maybe the correspondence? Okay, let's look at the other ones. Cassandra claims the Major didn't love her. This letter states otherwise. Yeah. No, that was my bad. That was my bad. It happens. Cassandra met the Major before Angeline's birth. I was not aware their friendship spanned so many years. I just keep getting more and more the feeling that Angeline is actually Felix's daughter. Precious birthday gift. Angeline attached to the Major. Maybe... yeah. He was a figure in her life for so long. It was Angeline?
Come, my little
No,
princess.
okay.
We must...
I am trying to think logically. It's hard. There's a lot of possibilities. Unfortunately, I have logic and creativity. I can come up with a lot of creative ideas. Jeez. Okay. We have... well... is this a question? No. I mean, he didn't send it. She doesn't know. Cassandra denies the Major had feelings for her, but his letter states otherwise. Will these 2 connect? Like, she doesn't know because he never sent the letter.
Order and method.
No, okay.
That is the way to...
Oh. Angeline, Cassandra, and the Major. Oh, okay, so it was the picture that was to keep hidden.
What a revelation.
Okay. It's obvious the Major cared for Cassandra. That is no surprise to anyone. Yeah, the Major cared about Cassandra. I can talk to Cassandra again because he had the photo. The Major returned after the Viscount's death. And take the Major a large sum. Wait, did he take out the large sum? See, well, I guess I can't answer a question with a question, I guess. Correspondence, same nature. Oh, we could go talk to Cassandra. Okay, let's go talk to Cassandra.
Is this really necessary?
She doesn't want to talk to Poirot. If you are correct, then the Major had no romantic feelings towards you. Why would he keep a photograph of you and Mademoiselle Angeline hidden?
He may have stayed in my home, but Felix was a grown man, Detective. What he kept, hidden or otherwise, has nothing to do with me.
But it does not surprise you that he had such a photograph?
We have been friends, and he has been there for Angeline for many years, but you find it strange that he keeps a reminder of us? Perhaps that says more about you, Detective.
She does have a point. People do keep pictures of their friends and the people they've known for years.
What I do find strange is that if he did hold a flame for you, why he would never express it.
If he did, it was not reciprocated. I have not even considered another since my husband's passing. Not that it is any of your business.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
Okay. Oh, I need to remember I need to push the Y button for the menu, for the proper menu I want. Oh, okay, we got 2 connections again. What do we get? Oh, over here. Cassandra has no romantic feelings towards the Major. Cassandra says she has not considered another partner since the Viscount passed. Could I have missed a sign of her commitment to the Major? She's known him for longer, though.
I must act thought.
That didn't work. Major hasn't helped him. Could I be a missed a sign of her commitment to the Major? He hasn't helped financially. That's the only thing nearby I could think of to connect to. It has to be this thing, because it's the only one that popped up, I think.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
She just let him stay, like... As much as she tries to deny it, Cassandra shared the Major's feelings in some capacity. I have to talk to her again? I'm just connecting things and immediately having to go talk to her again. Cared about the Major. Okay, let's see if can I actually get one of the ones before? What did I connect last time? The Major cared about Cassandra. What have I tried to? That's 2. Did like nothing? Okay. Well, no, it had that before I made that connection, so it's only before then. Major return of the Viscount's death. That was one of the new things. Cassandra met the Major before Angeline's death. Or... birth, not death. I said death. Angeline is not dead. I said so. Gosh. Oh boy. Met beforehand. You ever discount precious birthday gift? Is that shown through the gift? Why would he do it? Oh, he's trying to support Angeline. Maybe?
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Okay. I was able to figure it out on my own. With the Viscount gone, the Major stepped up and acted as a fatherly figure to her. I can't connect anymore. Viscount and the Major. Okay. So now I do have to connect to Cassandra. I was trying to see if if I would get 2 questions from her, but nope. Hello.
Is this really necessary?
Game says so! Oh, we gotta do this. Question why Cassandra has housed the Major for so long.
Who I allow in my house is none of your business. I do not have to explain anything to you.
I did not think you were one for charity.
I would not expect you to think much of anything. There is no need to talk on it any further, but I'm sure you will remember that, financially speaking, we have had our issues.
I have all the evidence I need to confront Madame Vandenbosch. It is my approach to the questions that I must consider. She will no doubt be defensive when pushed, but that may be the only way, as she will not give up any information she does not want too easily. I don't think we suggest. I think we just flat out have to, like, shove it in her face, because she will dance around the question otherwise. And reside here even without contribution. Why is it you protecting the name of Monsieur Hagen so resolutely?
He was a man that required no protection, Detective. Especially from me.
When did the music change that?
That is the impression I had of him, which is why your defensive stance warrants questioning.
Your insistent questioning on such trivial matters are getting on my last nerve. There is a murderer and a blackmailer to be found. That is your job here.
And it may be wrapped up in your freaking drama of a family. This declaration of love meant nothing to you. Judging by the Monsieur's word and letter, it was not only one that he sent declaring his love. N'est-ce pas? No, we gotta be straightforward with her. So this one.
Your continued probing into something that does not exist is becoming quite tiresome.
Okay, we need to be suggestive.
There is nothing I can tell you that will magically present what you are looking for, detective. I have grown weary of this conversation, Poirot. There is nothing more to say.
There's something about your relationship that you are obviously free celebra. It's the housing. Forceful. Your continued reluctance to answer my questions and defensive nature suggests there was a shared love between you. Well, forceful word? I don't know. Who is this? Yep, yeah, forceful work last time. For her, I was so annoyed with her. She's looking shocked. Oh, that's the first time I've seen that.
Madame, you continue to withhold the truth.
And you continue to get on my last nerve. I am not obliged to tell you every detail of my private life.
Your private life is involved with this blackmail and freaking murder! Lady!
But when it impedes my investigation...
If only you were this focused on finding the blackmailer and...
Madame.
Very well. I did not lie about how we met. I was attending an event, raising money for... Oh, I cannot recall now. It had been some time since I had returned home, and was rather missing English soil. I was aware of Felix's invitation, or at least that there was to be several British officers attending the party, and that is where our friendship began.
Is she actually being a little soft?
He was a warm reminder of home, and I enjoyed conversing with him. We shared walks in the park and read together. As I said, he was a welcome distraction from the days spent alone. I shall go no further with the details, but I will say, I had no intention on being unfaithful to my husband. It was never our plan to go that far. Once I found out I was pregnant, I knew it had to stop.
The Viscount never questioned Mademoiselle's birth?
In his mind, he had no reason to, and he shouldn't have had to. It was my mistake to bear. If he knew the truth, our lives would have been ruined.
I was right! I was right! She's not a Van Den Bosch, she's a Hagen! Okay.
I told Felix that he was to stay away, but he had no intention to. He became an uncle figure to Angeline, and they grew closer after Edwin's death. I could not tell her the truth. Too much time had passed. The secret remained only between him and I. Until now.
Naughty, naughty! Naughty lady! I might be enjoying this little mutt. Oh my gosh! The stuck-up lady accident did a boo-boo! She did a big boo-boo! Oh my gosh!
And what were the Major's thoughts on revealing the truth?
He wanted to tell her everything. He wanted her to know exactly who he was. But I told him no. It would not have been the poignant reconciliation that he expected. She would not understand.
Yay, we can finally get a straight answer. We had to be so mean to her for her to finally break it down. Jeez. Okay, so tell me about the letters.
I tried to retrieve them from the safe after everyone had retired last night. But when I opened the safe, they were nowhere to be found. I assumed he must have hidden them somewhere else.
So she opened the safe?
When I entered the study this morning, they were as visible as a red notice on a police station wall.
Somebody planted them back in the room?
I would appreciate if you did not compare them to the face of a wanted felon.
Pardon, madame.
Yeah, fair enough. That might have been a bit much there, sir.
But that does mean someone else in the house has seen them. I don't understand. Why would they return them?
A mystery that is still yet to be solved.
Madame was beaten to the safe by another. It seems we also have a theft within these walls, to add to the list of criminals. Thief, not theft. Thief. A thief... it seems we also have a thief within these walls to add to the list of criminals. But a thief that returns the spoils. Was that Gideon? Can I assume this is the secret that has been used for ransom?
It must be. But I have told no one.
That might not be true for Felix. Maybe he told somebody when he was drunk or something.
And the Major?
Felix promised me he wouldn't tell a soul, and I believed him. What, even if he wanted to?
The Major had let slip even once throughout the years, perhaps in an intoxicated state. He would drink. It is a secret that many would seek an opportunity to gain from.
You did not think anyone knew, and that is why you disregarded the letter.
If you bow to these criminals, they will only try to claw more from you.
She's not wrong about that.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
Uncertain connection between the Major and the ransom has been resolved. The Major was being blackmailed. The letters were not written by his hand. What remains unresolved is why the Major was being blackmailed. 2 cases of exploitation under one roof. The question of the relationship must be asked. The Major's secret is anything but obvious from his letter. Now that I have a blackmail and a murderer and their weapon to find the correct process... Okay, why is he saying this again? I should take my leave. This room has already revealed enough insight into Madame's and the Major's loans. Ooh. I have my suspicions that Madame Vandenbusch the Major shared a romantic relationship, but I did not expect the revelation of his connection to Mademoiselle Angeline. I am now one of the very few that hold Madame's secret. Oh, we just have this completed now. I figured it out before! I saw this coming! I read way too many stories. Oh gosh, wait. What else do we have? Yeah, the secret. Investigate the blackmail. Major is Angeline's father. That's just right there. That's just right there. That's why they both got blackmailed. So... First letter Angeline received. The second letter Angeline received. Do they think she knows who her actual dad is? Okay. Let's just leave the room. Because something probably will happen if I go somewhere else. That's usually been the case. We'll see. We'll walk around until something happens. Oh, we got Archibald. Hello, sir. Wait. I want to go downstairs. I want to talk to Archibald.
Detective Poirot, how is your investigation coming?
Could we not stand near the stairs? It's making me nervous.
Monsieur Starling, I must admit, I have learned much more than I was expecting to.
You'll be wrapping the case up soon, then?
One has never finished learning, monsieur, and in this case, I shall need to continue if I am to find the Major's killer.
It might help to vocalize your thinking. I'm all ears.
Monsieur Sterling offers an interesting concept. If I was able to state the current position of my investigation while holding back certain truths, the guilty parties may realize I'm hot on their heels and reveal their hand.
Monsieur, would you gather the guests and staff in the salon?
Oh, right, because Poirot's never really had his grand reveals, because this is the first cases, so he doesn't have his, what is it called? Modus operandi established?
Right away, Detective. Can I ask for what reason?
I shall reveal all once everyone is together.
Dun dun dun. Is he gonna spill the beans about the family drama? He has been known to do that, I know that much. Oh gosh, I forgot how many people are involved in this. Wait, is Hugo playing the piano? Chapter 6, The Search. Ooh, gosh. Oh, hello.
Detective, what is the meaning of all this?
Madame, I ask that you all lend me your ears for only a few moments. What I have to say is of great significance to everyone. You are all invited here to celebrate the engagement of Mademoiselle Angeline van den Bosch and Monsieur Gédéon Demire, the coming together of two prevalent families. But the celebrations were short-lived, as Major Felix Hagen was found dead in his study by a young servant of the house. It then became my responsibility and obligation as a detective to uncover the truth behind his demise. My initial examination of his study exposed a number of things I did not expect to find. Things I have no desire to divulge at this time, but what I can say is this. It was no simple murder. A letter demanding ransom for a continued silence confirmed this. I am sure some, if not all of you, have heard whispers of a series of blackmails that have plagued the social elite in recent weeks. After hearing of the letters in the Major study, you may ask if it was him behind the letters. You may further ask if he was preparing his next threat to another unsuspecting victim.
Monologue.
It is a question that crossed even my mind. That was until I sought the truth. That in fact it was the Major that had fallen victim to our blackmailer Mystérieux. Last night I spoke with you all, confirmed your whereabouts in the house over the course of the evening, and while I would have expected such questioning to reveal a potential suspect, what I learned was that it could not have been one of you.
What do you mean, not one of us? The man was stabbed. He hardly did that to himself. There is still a killer in the house.
Pardon, monsieur, if you would allow me to finish. It could not have been only one of you. Rather a partneria, a partnership, in cahoots, if you will. Conversations today have revealed facts that I was not expecting to discover. And although they may have muddied and complicated my investigation, what I must do to bring the guilty parties to justice has become clearer. Those of you that spun stories in an attempt to confuse and derail my investigation have made a grave mistake in underestimating my intelligence. Other detectives may fall for such deception, but I can assure you, Detective Poirot is no such fool. My investigation is far from over, and swift justice shall be dealt to those that have committed such appalling acts and have continued to mislead and lie to protect themselves. Now, I must continue mon enquête, and I shall leave you to consider that you may be beside a cold-hearted killer. Bonsoir. Monsieur Sterling, un moment.
Cutscene over, I think. Yes, he still is a baby detective. He's still good at his job, though.
Quite the speech, Detective.
Indeed. That lasted for a bit.
Merci. But it was not made to entertain, more to warn the guilty parties that I am hot on their heels, no matter how clever they believe themselves to be.
He's gonna get ya.
Well, if there is anything I can do.
Let's see, I like to search the guests' bedrooms. We have... When you returned to the study last night, did you notice anything different from our previous visit? There's a matter regarding the Comtesse that we must discuss. She really does not like the Major. Dun dun dun. Oh, hello, Grandma Iris. I just realized it was you. I need to pay attention more to who's speaking sometimes. Apologies. I'm more... Okay, let's start with the study one. Did he notice anything new in the study?
Nothing. But I was so preoccupied with the major. Sorry, detective. Should I have?
Perhaps it was just my mind playing games again.
Maybe one of the guests got lost and wandered in.
The guests had taken a wrong turn, finding themselves in the Major's bedroom first. I am sure they would not have proceeded through the next door unless they were not lost at all. Who has access to the safe in the Major's study?
Master Hagen had a key, obviously, and Lady Vandenbosch.
Monsieur Demir was quite sure Archibald also had a copy of the key. It is not something one would easily forget. Regarding access to the safe, have you seen its contents before?
When requested, aye. If something is required from there when Master Hagen is not around.
Forgive me. If he is not around, how is it you access the safe?
It's not what you think, detective.
What I think is that you have been trusted with a copy of the key, and you have lied to me about it.
Yeah, I'd be mad about that too.
I only lied because of the trouble I can get into with Lady Vandenbosch.
Oh, he's not supposed to have it, according to the lady. Okay.
At this moment, monsieur, you should be more worried about the trouble you shall find yourself in with the law.
This is right now, the more pressing danger is the law. You could get arrested on false accusations because the evidence points to you, Archibald. Come on, you've been cool this entire time. Don't turn out to be the butler did it, please. That's so cliche. I want Archibald to be good.
I know how it will sound.
Oh.
But I lost my key. I must have set it down somewhere, and it has been tidied away. Master Hagen asked so rarely for me to go in the safe, I didn't think it would be missed.
Someone took the key. Oh, this points to Gideon being the one who went in the safe at the very least. Because he's been here. Zach's not been. Maybe Silva? Let's see. Monsieur Sterling's story of his lost key strikes me as rather coincidental. The major safe is broken into with documents ransacked, and letters involved with a Madame Vandenbosch's secret left out. It's a crime with no apparent purpose. Right! It got lockpicked by the look of it. Possibly. But cliche has to get on. Yeah. Let's see. I'd like to search the guest's bedroom.
Is that really necessary?
Yes! We're looking for a criminal?
The murderer remains at large, and there is still no sign of the weapon. I would say that makes them essential.
Yeah, right now it's like, okay, as long as it's not gonna traumatize somebody, like... Conventions be darned for a second, we got a murderer to catch, somebody got stabbed! And you're worried about... Dude! Priorities! Have some!
Of course. I still just cannot imagine any of them being guilty of his murder.
That's how murderers usually are. Like, to be honest. I mean, I've heard some of the worst the serial killers, and a lot of them would say, like, I would let this person watch my kids. I can't believe they would do this. I mean, that's kind of the reason why they don't get caught. They're not suspicious. For crying out loud. Well, one of the reasons. Not the only reason. Very far from the only reason, but you know, it helps. It helps. Life is complicated. If you can explain it simply, doesn't mean that it's that simple. Anyway. Let's not get on a soapbox.
It may be hard to imagine, but it is the truth.
Yeah, it's gotta be somebody in this house right now. That's not Poirot. Probably Angeline, if she actually liked the guy. Honestly, the only confirmed people right now are Poirot, because we've been playing as him and it didn't do that, like, skip ahead. You've been playing as a murderer all along. I mean, he's an established character. He's not gonna cause the problems. He solves the problem. Not, we have to be a different detective. Not our dear Hercule Poirot. I don't know why I rolled my R there, but I did. Okay, anyway, last question in the list. Unless it might spawn another, but still. Last one for now. There's a matter regarding the Comtesse that we must discuss.
I should have said this morning. I'm sorry.
Right, her examining the body.
Monsieur, I am not quite sure you understand the severity of what has happened.
I am well aware, Detective. I just thought she would be able to help.
Would you allow a man with a smoking gun to remove his bullet from a victim's chest?
I suppose not.
I understand that Mr. Sterling was only trying to help, but surely it must have seen what it could do for the integrity I give up of my investigation.
I would like to begin my searches now. Since it is closest, I will start with the West Wing.
I may not be back when you return. Here is the key to the other rooms. Please return it when you're done.
Thank you, Archibald. You've been most helpful this entire thing.
Merci. I shall guard it with my life.
Get ready, kick people. First, let's pay the Comtesse a visit. Is everybody in the rooms now? Oop. My map! Before I can accuse anyone of a crime, I must be sure they were working alone or with another. This is a perfect opportunity to find evidence of any collusion and look for the murder weapon. Key to the East Wing rooms. I'm gonna go check the body. That is rather suspicious. Do we even have, is she? Investigate murder. Okay, do we have the map that was saying who was with who? I know it was Hugo and Conrad, the lady. Is it this one? We have... No. It's probably gonna make us do a new one. Okay, that's fine. So it's search the guest rooms for evidence of possible collusion. Dun dun dun. I guess we start in the west. Wait, west would be this side? If north is up, I guess. But we'll see. Yeah, Margot... Shouldn't make myself known before entering.
Entrez?
Entree? I like that word. Some French words are fun. In my opinion. The Comtesse's room. It would be rude not to address her before searching her room. Okay. I was gonna talk to her first immediately because I don't feel threatened. Cassandra wanted to search her room first before because I had a feeling she might kick me out if I... Like, I want to look around before she kicks me out. Okay, Margot.
Detective, what a pleasure. I did not expect to see you in my chambers.
Well, at least you're happy.
In a purely professional capacity, I can assure you.
There is no need to act so stiff, Detective.
Is she flirting?
Madame, after the revelation of your actions last night, I'm afraid my sense of humor is all but gone.
Poirot is done with everybody's nonsense. Fair to the man.
I will not apologize again for merely trying to help. Shall we get straight to it then? Let us not waste your time any further, Detective.
I saw you conversing with one of the young servants yesterday.
That would be Inga. She has been one of the most promising young women that has come from the shelter.
Oh yeah, her. Okay.
Madame Vandenbosch took in a young lady from your shelter.
There is no need to sound so surprised, Detective. She does have a heart.
I did not mean to sound so cruel. I just did not expect Madame to hire someone of that background after the incident with her previous maid, Florette.
People change, Detective. You should not judge someone on their past actions.
Then how do you judge them? I mean, even an action you took 5 minutes ago is technically in the past, you know, Margot. That's... Recognizing patterns of behavior is kind of how we judge people. I mean, if it's a 1 or 2 off incident, doesn't necessarily mean it's a pattern of behavior, just dumb choices and being fallible entities and all that jazz.
Believe me, Countess, I know that only too well.
You found that out by judging past actions, though. I don't agree with the statement. Anyway, next question. I commend you on your dedication with the woman you help. It is most honorable.
Be careful, detective. That almost sounded like a compliment.
I think that was a compliment, Margot.
It is your actions in this house that have been questionable, madame. Your work outside is something that many more could take note of.
We do what we can.
Why did we ask her that? I don't know if that got us anything, but okay. Have you been able to find many of the girls from the shelter work?
We wouldn't be doing a very good job if I could only help one girl. I in fact found work for one of them as a maid in Monsieur da Silva's house recently.
I'm getting ideas, but
She has fitted into Monsieur's home well.
What is better, detective? That she remained in an abusive house, or she is able to rebuild her life with an honest wage in a prosperous house?
When put like that, is she happy in her position?
The happiest she has been in years. I check in with them all as often as possible. And if there was a problem, I would know.
well, that's good. You don't just leave them. That's kind of could be a problem. It's like, hey, I set you up with this, and you don't check in. Like, things can happen. Check in. It's a good thing. Anyway, I'm glad to hear that more girls are building a better future for themselves, and it is with help from the Comtesse that it has been able to happen.
Merci, madame.
Well, that was more pleasant. Okay. Gramophone! I love these things. The wonders of modern technology. What a joy it must be to have music in one's home. Oh, right. This is modern. I'm like, what do you mean modern? And then I'm like, right, set in the past. I've been talking about that. Look. It's me. Ha 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 ha. Did anyone forget I can do that? Okay. Enough silliness. Perhaps the happy couple's engagement has someone in a particularly romantic mood. Oh, right, it's a romance book. We've been in here before when we were investigating if it was actually Poirot's room or not. Plant. I want to investigate the plant.
Aha.
Plants lean and rely on each other to survive. Something we as a species could take a lesson from. This is true! Plants and fungi are like that. There's a surprising amount of... They also do chemical warfare, which is absolutely wild to me to think about, but then I'm like, nah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, biology is a lot of chemicals, which probably surprises people. I mean, what do you think? What is it? Hydrogen dioxide is. That makes up most of your body, because if you're like, wait, what is hydrogen dioxide? It's H2O. Water. It is a chemical. Anyone who didn't know that, well, you do now. You're welcome. Window. Falling snow. Oh, okay, no, he's still saying it looks pretty outside. Package. Perhaps a present for the family as a thank you for the hospitality. What is that on the windowsill? What is this? First aid kit. A first aid kit full of medical equipment. Bandages, plasters, antiseptics, a pair of scissors. Did she stab somebody with the scissors? Grandfather clock.
Oh.
Still the good clock. The time and skill. Oh, no, he's saying the same thing. Oh, this is like the same model. Are you still want to stare at the fireplace? Yep, he still wants to stare at the fireplace. Piano.
Huh.
The chance to play is very tempting, but I shall save myself the embarrassment. Apparently he's not very good at piano. Honestly, I don't know how to play the piano either, but that's okay. I can talk to her again.
Go ahead, detective.
Perhaps I was a little rash with my response to you examining the Major's body.
A compliment, and now an apology. Well, detective, you certainly have changed your tune.
There was something I was still unsure of. You mentioned that your training was some years ago.
From my days as a nurse, oui.
If that is so, Why would you have brought several pieces of equipment usually found in a physician's bag?
Maybe he changed his mind because we found the medical supplies.
One must always be prepared, Detective.
Bro, have you not met a lot of ex-nurses and doctors? I mean, like, I don't know. Whenever I meet somebody who's not in the profession, they've been in a while, I'm always like, if you go to a person who's a scientist, like, regardless of what scientist, they still can prattle on about this, that, or the other thing about their job. And same with, like, a carpenter. They still know how to do carpentry work just because they're not like, actively being a carpenter. They often still practice it because, I mean, like, it's carpentry. It has useful skills. You can make your own furniture, for starters. Like, electricians still will do electrical stuff. And I mean, like, really, medical people, if I know anything, when you get in the medical field, even if they don't get a job even, just learning those skills, the people are like, oh yeah, I am so much more prepared because I know all too well of how easily things could go wrong. So I'm like, what do you mean you're surprised? I guess this is why he's a young budding detective. This is the first case. This is for the reason. You're gonna learn that, man. The medical people that doesn't leave a person easily. I mean, just from what I know, I feel like I want to get a better medical kit than what I have around. I'm just like, Anyway.
Prepared at an engagement celebration.
A man got punched in the face, so she wasn't entirely wrong.
If I had not brought them, I would not have been able to assist you last night. Perhaps you should be thankful for my precaution and not so suspicious.
Tell him off. And had she not brought them at all, I would not have to ask such a question. Knowledge is not flushed from your memory when you leave a job impression. Exactly!
Merci, madame.
I mean, some people, even if they haven't been practicing, doesn't mean that they're not, like, looking through notes or something. I mean, really. It's a bit of an annoyance, like, but you're not doing this anymore. I mean, even people who don't. Oh, okay, I just went, okay, just immediately sound reported to the next room. When it said the next guest room, it was not kidding. But yeah, I'm like, people know all kinds of things. I mean, you never quite know what hobbies I have. For all you guys know, I could be an electrician. I'll let you wonder what that is. I'm not telling. The ever-guarded Jacqueline Conrad. This time, I should question her on her conversation with the Major before searching her room. Okay. Hey, lady. Jackie.
Detective, what can I do for you?
Oh, hey, this has the Art Deco wallpaper. At least I know it as Art Deco. I've heard people call it Art Nouveau, but every time I look into it, trying to get more exact details, it's like, no, this is Art Deco. And I'm like, oh boy. The confusion of Art Nouveau and Art Deco confusion, it continues. They're not the same thing. Quick explanation. I'll go bookmark for this. Art Deco is more like high-class dwarven society and vibes. Very glamorous, very geometric. Yeah, that's the word. Art Nouveau, on the other hand, is more of my speed. It is very curvy. It is very nature-focused. There's lots of plants. Like, I have, personally, the Lily of the Valley decorations here and, like, little clovers. Very little straight lines. Like, bones and insects are also proper motifs, along with birds. So yeah, it's very nature-orientated, very curvy, very, you know, like elves. If you think elves, elven style, there you go. Easy to tell. Also, Art Deco was during the Roaring 20s, that's the 1920s to 1930s. Art Nouveau is 1890s to about the 1910s, somewhere in there. So, like, different decades! And there's like pre or post a world war! Even though it's not that spanning different, that kind of changed a lot of things. It was a world war. Anyway, there you go. Quick little easy way to tell. Art Nouveau, elves, Victorian times. Art Deco, Roaring 20s, like fancy dwarves. One of those things should stick, hopefully. Anyway, moving on. I'll get off my soapbox.
Mademoiselle, I am sure you understand my reasoning for such intrusion.
If it's going to clear my name, be my guest.
I like your enthusiasm.
If you wouldn't mind answering some questions, it can hopefully be cleared faster.
It'd be awesome if Jackie was not one of the people, but eh. I'd like to start with your relationship with the Major.
Like I said, he's not the man he wants everyone to think he is.
Oui. But how is it you came to that conclusion?
You don't really want me to recount every conversation I've had with him, do you?
There is one particular I had in mind.
Tell me about your argument.
An argument would imply it was a two-way conversation.
Was he just yelling at you?
And that is not how it was?
Here it is. I've been helping Angeline get exposure, her marriage to Gideon is big news, and his work is really paving the way for others. I saw the chance to get their names out there, and he didn't like it.
Oh, his work, I mean, I'm guessing that's Gideon, because he was working with the Union? Yeah, I think so.
What was there not to like?
Your guess is as good as mine, Detective. But if I had to, I'd say he was jealous it wasn't his name at the top of the article.
And his reason to storm off?
Maybe he just doesn't want eyes on Angeline because he doesn't want the fact that he's hurt. All that drama around him being the dad to be exposed because Cassandra said no.
Oh, you know about that. Let's just say I didn't accept his pathetic attempt to get me to stop the story. If you're gonna try and pay someone off, at least make it worth their while.
Sass. I thought the Major would only be supportive of Mademoiselle Angeline. There must be more to why he would not want her to succeed to be known. See. I'm sure you have grown weary of... Oh. I'm sure you have grown weary of the subject, but Monsieur Beckers...
You've really got a fascination with that guy, huh?
I would not say fascination. An interest, perhaps.
Well, I'll save you the bother of trying to find out more about him. He's not that interesting. In fact, he's a bit of a wimp if you ask me.
That is not the impression I got of him.
All noise, all bark, no bite? Yeah, that's how it goes. Our bark, no bite.
That's because you've only seen the side of him he wants you to. He knows what to say in front of the right people. But behind closed doors, he's clueless.
Clueless in what way?
Let me guess. The first thing he told you was that he was a union leader. No, the voice of the people.
A man that is proud of his work is not something to be sneered at.
Does he have some, but is he taking credit for other people's work?
Don't get me wrong, he has a way with words, and he can certainly rally a crowd. But that's about it. At the end of the day, he's a representative and nothing more. He's got to play the part, not just learn the lines.
Mademoiselle does not think particularly highly of Monsieur Beckers. She was a strong, independente woman, but to use the term wimp is an unnecessary attack on his character.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
Sure thing, Detective. And if you change your mind on that exclusive about that shooting...
If I do change it, you shall be the first to know.
Gramophone. Yep. It's the same dialogue, but I'm like, I want to go look. Oh, that turns the music on. Or it made a little tune. Okay, newspaper. Among them, a recent article by Jackie Conrad about the riots linked to Ernesto's factory. Peaceful strikes turns to loss of lives as violence breaks out on Frontline. Following the tragic event in the city that has darkened the spirits of the people and brought to a screeching halt the rising defiance of the working class, the area that has been condoned off and police presence at the scene has increased. Factory security forces have been asked to step down and the powers handed over to the law enforcement services. Workers had to lay down their tools, switch off all machinery, and stood together shoulder to shoulder as they fight for fair pay and conditions raged on. What started as a peaceful protest by those employed by the factories has turned into a battle of class, with support for the workers coming in from all over the city. Other reports have not been confirmed. Sources state that the violence broke out following a second wave surge of supporters. Official numbers have not been published, but it is believed that as many as 8 workers have lost their lives in the fighting. The workers' front line has been considered as a representation of the people in the working class of Belgium that now refuse to work in such demanding conditions for such demeaning and insignificant wage. Chief Commissioner is that Rowe? I think it's LaRoe. Or is it? I feel like that's supposed to be pronounced a different way, but I'll go with LaRoe right now. Has confirmed that the outbreak of violence and resulting civilian deaths are being investigated, and an official statement is to be made in the coming days. Why do I get the feeling that one of the servant's fiance got caught up in this mess? Jacqueline Conrad. Okay, the cover is still investigated. Pocket knife. I presume this belongs to Jackie. Tracing a good story may lead her into some precarious scenarios. Pocket knife. Cluttered workstation.
Huh.
Jackie has set up a makeshift office in her room. She must bring her work with her everywhere. Mr. Artique? Spotted leaving the Velvet Tickle? Friday at 23:15. Cumbrae House has been poaching off neighboring land. Boar, deer, and duck. Maggie to follow up. Miss Bonte found her husband in the marital bed with a young maidservant. Testament from maid needed. Mr. Denault overheard in the cackling crow speaking poorly of King Leopold. He said questionable ideas. We say doubtful, skeptical, shady. Notes from Francis by Monday. Is she working with Margot? I wonder. Okay, the window has been searched. Okay. We have new questions.
Go right ahead, Detective.
She has a big personality. I was surprised to learn Monsieur de Silva and the Major worked together.
All Felix cared about was money, and filling his pockets with it. That's why he got into bed with de Silva.
The Major was not in need of money, though.
Need and want are two very different things. Did he need to move here and leech off the Madame? No, but he wanted to.
Tell me your opinion of their work together.
As far as I know, De Silva hired him to work security. He was worried what could happen to his precious factories if things got ugly.
And your reporters were there to cover the story when it did turn that way.
My reporters go where there is news to be told.
And you predicted the violence that occurred?
Anyone could see that was gonna happen. If you ask me, Hugo should have acted sooner.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
What's that? Okay, yeah, do we have everything then? Do we get... Oh. Gosh dang it. Yeah, we don't have any more. No links to do for either. But we are at a good stopping point, and that is near the end of the stream that time. So we're like a minute away. So I'm gonna call it here. I got a good ways in, honestly. It seems like maybe next time I get around to playing this, we'll be able to possibly wrap this section up. Possibly. I really don't know how close or not we are. Like, it feels like we're near the end section, but I don't know how long that is. I'm like, we're narrowing it down, just sort of like how much is left of an ending between like a 10-page 10 chapter like book or versus like a 100 chapter book of all like at least, I don't know, 20 to 30 pages per chapter, even if it, or more. And now I'm thinking, honestly, there's not too many pages in some of these older books. They have a bunch of chapters. There's not too many pages per chapter, but that's because they used to be printed in newspapers. Yeah, I was reading, what is it? The Count of Monte Cristo. Very good. Would recommend. I especially liked, I like the beginning. I actually liked it more when he just had Don Dantes in the beginning. Just like, seeing him slowly gain the tools was kind of cool to see. But I also liked him when he's actually the Count of Monte Cristo. Very cool. But you don't get to see him as much. Because it kind of, it's told through other POVs, which works out better story-wise. Because it's supposed to be like a little mysterious and all that. Like, how is he going to get his revenge? That's kind of the mystery. So, I understand why they did that. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, personal bias is what I'm saying. I like hearing the thoughts of the main character. But yeah, it's good. Anyway, here or there, I'm going on a tangent, sorry. But let's see. So, we'll continue on this eventually. I don't know if it's going to be sooner or later. Kind of just depends on how I'm feeling, how things go. We'll see. I'm not going to drop it, though. I do enjoy this. I forgot how much I enjoy this. It's been a while. I've been wanting to play other things. And sometimes I'm just a little reluctant to play just because I have Ace Attorney going on, so I'm like, I don't know if it's always smart to have a ton of 2 mystery games going on, but I also say I like mystery games, so maybe it's fine. I don't know. Maybe I get in my head too much. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. I don't know. Seriously don't. Give me some feedback. Leave some comments. I would appreciate it. Even if it's just like, I don't mind you playing 2 mystery games at once. That's fine. Just like, please let me know. Same with if you still are enjoying, because past videos say you painted beasts, and others besides you come by the stream have been liking watching our dear Hercule Poirot figure out things. I'm not always the best, but that's okay. I think I'm better at solving Ace Attorney things than I am Poirot. It's a little not as quite well set up, but I guess that's been a problem. People were mentioning it's a little tricky to figure out, but it does have the system in place that if you mess up too many times, it'll just tell you, which is nice. I'll keep that in place just to keep the streams moving smoothly, even though I kind of want to figure out on my own. Even if it takes me a while, but I'm like, it's my own time. I'll do that on my own time. Yeah, I am glad we've been playing this. It's been fun. So it will get scheduled again eventually. We'll get around. Hopefully not quite so long as this in between. Hopefully not quite that long. But in any case, that is it for today. Thank you all so much for coming here, whether it be live or watching it as a VOD, because I am on YouTube, so it does get saved as a VOD afterward. It's also on Twitch. For those on Twitch, hello. I noticed both of you. Just hi. I know there's both. And feel free, if you really feel up to it, want to make sure it's a little easier on y'all to keep track of when I'm posting or not, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, and I believe it's follow on Twitch. Yeah. I did not get that mixed up in my head. Good. So yeah, I do appreciate that as well. It's helpful in keeping track. We'll be having one more stream this week for anyone watching around the time of recording. And that is Final Fantasy XIV. It is on the 14th, much to my delight, which is also Valentine's Day. But we did the Valention event last week, so we will not be doing that tomorrow. Honestly, if I thought Valentine's Day was gonna fall on, well, today actually. I'm like, oh, it was a Friday. Oops, I mathed incorrectly. So I think I'm just gonna play that regularly, unfortunately. Because I don't know what I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it Valentine's Day unless we want to just like run around the Valentine's Day thing, which I don't think it's gonna be the most interesting stream. But yeah, anyway, if you like action, if you like Final Fantasy games but don't want to play an MMO, maybe watch this. I don't know. I am not playing it from the beginning, really. I'm not a sprout. I'm just playing through it again. But we're in Heaven's Ward currently, so maybe you'll like that for tomorrow or not. Maybe you don't. I don't know. That's on you. But for now, what I do know is it's time to say goodbye, my dear little beasties. It's the end of the stream, officially, so I I do hope you'll come by and watch some more streams. Same with any of you who came by just by happenstance or just recommendations. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But now it's time for a bye-bye. And I do hope to see you in another stream.